morning all. How are we, my loves? I hope we're well. I hope we're well. Let me just check we're all up and going. Maxine, hi everyone. Hi, my love. Frankie, greetings from Ostend. Oh, here we go. We've got this thing come up again. Hold on, don't go away. This always gets on my nerves, this bit. Right, here we go. Let's do that. Let's do, oh no, let's not do that. Let's do that and that and that. And viewer's choice today, which means it's your choice of dance. Thank you for getting involved in all that. Lara, guten Tag. Who's not feeling very well? I was reading the following very little bit the live chat, and someone's not feeling great. Is it Anna? Anna, I hope you're feeling all right. Deborah, hello, my darling. Victoria, my love. Okay, right. Michelle, Sammy, Elaine, M, Marion, bonjour. Gillian, Northern Ireland. Aim, hello, my love. Lara, guten Tag. Did I say that already? Maddie, Iris, Deborah, Claire. Beautiful. Lee, if you're up. Roy and Barbs, muchas. Katie, hello, my darling. Happy Friday. AJ, Stephen, much love. Cymru and all that. Now, morning wind. Austria, Victoria. Well, I don't know any Austrian. That's fantastic. Good morning to you. I'm very excited about all these. We're going global, everyone. Yes, we're taking over the world at last. Now, let's have a look at the poll. Right, what was the poll? The poll ended up at, where it is. It is. The poll ended up at Quickstep first, 43%, oh, nearly half. And then Argentine Tango, you probably can see all this stuff. Now, Cha-Cha and Rumba were down below, down at the bottom there. Now, also, Tammy, me and my boyfriend have voted for the Quickstep. Well, then we can have the Quickstep. We started learning in our dance class with the Cliftons before up there in Grimsby. Absolutely brilliant. Anna's gone for the Cha-Cha. Unfortunately, we're doing that. We'll have to do that next week, I'm afraid, Anna. Rumba, please, Frankie. Well, we're doing that on Tuesday. We're gonna go Tuesday. So Q&A on Monday, and then Tuesday we're gonna go Rumba, and then I think Anna, we're gonna go back to the Cha-Cha maybe Thursday towards the end of the week. For that, thank you very much indeed. Let's start with what we've got here. Let me go back to that. Thank you very much, Abe. I'm glad you like the tie. There's a story about this tie, and I shall tell you another time when I've got a bit more time. It was an emergency purchase. Good purchase though, isn't it? Nice. Feels like a wedding tie, sort of tie you'd go to a wedding in. Right, anyway, so Quickstep. What have we got? We've got the fishtail. We did the fishtail once. Da-da, do you remember that? We've got lock steps, a yump, bump, bump. We've got normal, basic sort of quarter turns and progressive chassé. That's the quarter turn. That's the progressive chassé. Quarter turn because it turns a quarter of a turn. I start in this direction here, and by the end of it, I end up in that direction there. That's a quarter of a turn. See that? Quarter of the pie. And then progressive chassé because I'm doing a chassis, and it progresses. Quite simple. This is a lock step here. And this is the action here where I lock one foot or cross one foot behind the other, going forwards. And the rule is that when you go backwards, you cross the foot in front. Simples, as the man on the telly once said. Then we've got our fishtail. Da-dee-da-da-da. Do you remember all that? Yes, you do. I'm going to do a variation today called the V6 from a spin turn. Wow. Right, it goes like this. I'm going to do boy steps first. So we've done the spin turn in the waltz. I think we might have done it in a quick step. To be honest with you, I can't remember if we have. I think it was only the waltz, but it's the same variation. So I'm going to do this. I go forward, side together. This is for the boy. As I step backwards with my left foot, I pivot on it and step forward my right foot. Comprenez-vous? I go step, side together, back, pivot, round. Comprenez-vous? Now look at my legs and feet when I do the spin part, the pivoty spin bit. I go back on the left, I turn, and I step forward on the right. But see my legs? What I don't do is I don't go step, step. So I end up in this position here. This is a disaster, as our friend once, well, I'd like to say once, often says. This. my toes must be pointing in the direction I want my body to go. So as I go backwards here, and I step forward here, my body and foot are going in the same direction. The lady, of course, is in my arms. So as I do that, I take the lady round here, and I step forward, and then I just do a little up down, and I go backwards on my left foot. Comprendez-vous? All right. Ladies, you're doing the natural opposito, but you've got a little extra thing in there. So you go back, side, together. That's the first bit. Now you do your spin turn. So you go forward and then forward and turn. We discussed this yesterday, do you remember? So I go forward, forward and turn. One more time. I go forward, forward and turn. And then I brush. I do this little brush thing where I go tap, forward. I go whoop, tap, forward. So ladies, I go back, side, together. I go forward on the right. I sweep all the way around with the left, and I step forward on the right after doing a brush. Shall I do it one more time? Here we go. And keep going the wrong way. So ladies, you go back, side, together. I go forward, forward and turn. Brush, go forward. That's the spin part of the V6. Now, it doesn't have to come from a spin, but I like it coming from a spin turn. Amy, you impressed me with your Zumba moves. I look forward to seeing that. I know I am behind you, Michelle. Ha ha. I don't know. I haven't followed enough of the chat, have I? So I'm going to do that again for the boys. I go step, side together, back, round, back. Not big steps, just sort of almost a rocking step, really, for the boys. Now, ladies, you're going to go. Elaine, do I remember Paige Holland competitions and a Quickstep in the Tower Ballroom in Birmingham? Elaine, do I ever? Reservoir Road, I think it was on. Unbelievable. What a wonderful ballroom that was. My first great success as a competitive dancer came at the Tower Ballroom in Birmingham when I was about 15. Unbelievable. And yes, I do remember those competitions. They used to finish really, really late. So here we go. And step, side together, round, up, down. Ladies, you do the natural opposito. Back, side together, forward, round, brush, forward. Now that's the spin turn part of the are the same rules for us, Anton? Asks Gillian. Oh, technical question. Like it, Gillian. Paying attention. Like it. Are the rules the same for the ladies? Absolutely. So you have the difficult bit here, girls, because as you go side together here, you step forward. You do this peculiar thing that we do in ballroom dancing, where we start going in one direction, we finish in the next on one step. So you have this thing where you go forward the right foot, you swing forward the left foot, but it ends backwards. So I do this here, and then I brush and come out. Now, what you have to be able to do as a boy and a girl in ballroom dancing, more than any other form of dancing, is that you must be able to turn your feet under your body, what we call turning your feet under your body. So you must be able to do this, so they don't just hit the ground and then never move again. This is no good. This is the haka. I suspect I've offended a whole race right there, and I apologise for that, but you understand what I'm talking about. Now, the important thing is that we turn the feet under the body. So as I land on my right foot here, I start to move on to my left foot for the girls. This foot must swing, I must turn under it. You see that? You see the way that did that? I go forward and spin on the foot, and then I brush and I step forward. And then I can step forward again, if I so wish, depending on what we do next. That's the important bit. Michelle, thank you very much. You're obviously not Kiwi then. Erin's probably watching this. She'll be furious. Apologies, Erin. But you know what I mean. Now, oh no, I'm buffering. Don't say that. Kamite. AJ, you're absolutely right. I hope I'm not buffering too badly, Em. It doesn't need to be buffering anywhere else. Thank you very much, Em. That's me so heavy-footed. No, Michelle, absolutely not. So there is the spin turn bit of the V6. I'd just like to keep this in my hand because when you fire in questions like that, I don't want to miss them. See? Now, as I finish this here, I'm going to do the boys. I go, whoop, and now the next bit of the V6 is this. This is the V6 bit. The first bit's just a spin turn. So I'm going to go backwards with my right foot. Now I'm going to go immediately into a cross step. Now I want to do this is because as a man, I'm locking, but I'm going backwards. Normally the girls lock backwards, but this is a step where the boy locks backwards. And which means you follow the same rules as I told the girls. When you go backwards, you cross in front. See that? So you go backwards, you cross in front, and then I go backwards with the right foot. Comprendez-vous? So there's my spin, whoop, and now I go backwards. Back, cross, back. And the other thing you must do when you're crossing is go onto your toes. You must do the lock step or the cross step, it's called a lock step really, on your toes. It's vitally important because at speed, no buffer here, thanks Deborah, bit buffery, oh I'm sorry about that. Wendy, I'm okay in Brum, absolutely, I love it. It's very, very important at speed that you're on your toes because if you get onto your heels, you'll just sort of topple and fall and be a disaster. Disaster! So we do spin turn and lock step. Step, cross, step. Ladies, you do this wonderful little brush step here and you do the same thing. You cross step but behind. So you go left, cross, forward. You see that? Now you can get away with doing it on your toes when you're on flat feet when you go forwards, but you can't get away with it when you're going backwards. It's vitally important you're on your toes. So girls, you know, you're going to do it on your toes because you're the girls. You're always very, very good at this sort of stuff. So we go step, cross, step. How many counts of 8 do we do in a quick step? Maddie? Tons. Just goes on and on and on. The quick step is, the rhythm of the quick step is slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. A quick, quick, slow. And sometimes that sort of cuts across a little bit of the rhythm of music if you just do things like that. But you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see how that goes? It's better to know that the in ballroom dancing, a slow is 2 beats. We're going to do this on Wednesday. Wednesday is timing day. We're going to discuss all these things. You might need a pen and a paper for Wednesday. So it's important to know that whether it's foxtrot or quick step or tango, not the waltz or the Viennese waltz, you're doing slows and quicks. That's the rhythm. And a slow consists of 2 beats and a quick has 1 beat. So you'll go slow, quick, quick, or you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Very brief. I'm not going to discuss it any further. We'll come back to it next week. I'm trying to stay enthusiastic. What does that even mean? So I'm going to go backwards on my right foot. Back, cross, back. Now, that's the boys' lock step. Back, cross, back. Then I take 2 more steps. Back, back on the right. And as I go back on the right, this is the V bit. I'm coming back in this diagonal and I turn and I go forward into that diagonal. So there's my V. All right? So I go and a back, cross, back, back, up, down. I go up, down because when I go onto that toe, I can pivot on it and I can go in a different direction. So it's only a quarter of a turn, but it's very important. Back, cross, back, back, up, down, and then I'm going forwards with my right foot. Now ladies, you're doing the natural opposite. You're going to go step, cross behind, step, then I step forward on the right foot, and then I step forward on the left foot, whoop, and back. See? Nice. Now, that's sort of the end of the step there, because we're now going to go into another lock step, going in the other direction. Well, going in that direction, not the other direction, but forwards, is what I mean. So the boys, and you know how to do this because we've done it. If it's your first time today, by the way, welcome, welcome. But of course you won't know how to do this because it's your first time. So we're going to do a cross step, 4 steps. I go right foot for the boys. 1, 2, and on step number 3, I cross behind. 3, and I step forward and 4. Now ladies, you do the same thing going backwards with the left foot. 1, 2, but on step 3, you cross in front. 3, and step backwards on 4. So, we do spin turn. I'm going to do boys first. I go forward, side together, round, I go back with the right foot, cross step, step, cross, step, 2 more steps, 1, up, down into the curtains. Now I'm going to do my lock step, 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 cross, step. Ladies, you're doing back, side together. I'm going to try and go a little bit over here, see if you can see me. 2, brush, 3, lock step forward, step, cross, step. Keep going forward. 1, up, down, and this step, as I go down, this step is backwards. Now I go lock step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Comprendez-vous? Anybody? How is that? Is that good? I always trip in the lock step. Amy, please don't. It's very uncomfortable when you trip. It's probably because you're not doing it on your toes. You have to go on your toes. And also, you're probably turning your feet out. This is a disaster. Girls, if you've danced before and you've got the heels on, you'll probably know this, that sometimes you get the heel, that's this bit, the long spiky bit, and you kick yourself on the instep up here, on the front of your foot. How many of you girls have done that? So painful. So painful. And I would advise to not do it. I'm here to help. And the reason why that happens often is that slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Brush, hover. Brush, hoover. Is that supposed to be hover or hoover, Frankie? I need a big kitchen. So do I. What is brush, hoover, Frankie? Let me know. The reason why you're kicking yourself, girls, is because your feet are turned out. So when you go backwards here, this foot turns out. So when you go here, this one digs straight in. If you turn your back foot in, when you cross it in front here, it's narrower. See that? I'll show you. Go back, and as I cross here, cross. You won't kick yourself if you do that, or the other way, cross. So your feet must be parallel when you're crossing. If you turn that back foot out, and we all do it, we all walk backwards here and then we do this. You see how the foot's turned out, and when I place the weight on it, the foot's turned out. Disaster. Disaster in so many ways, but it's the hardest thing in the world to teach somebody to go backwards straight. Because we all have an inclination to turn out. I've battled against turnout most of my life. Certainly my right foot, I think my right hip might be a bit looser. Something's wrong with it, I don't know, maybe I've got a twist in there or something like that. But you have to turn your feet in, must dance straight feet, otherwise you'll end up kicking yourself. And there's no room down there for width. Do the ladies a brush or a hover? Frankie, I think you're talking about spin turn here, technical question. Do the ladies brush or hover? Here you mean, they're out. The ladies brush because it's a spin turn. So the ladies must brush. You don't hover because it's not a hover quartet action. So the reason it's not a hover quartet action because you've got a lot of turn going in. So they are very similar though, but I'm not delaying. I'm not staying. I'm moving. So I go step, step, brush forward. And the reason for the brush on this is to really, otherwise the lady have got their feet apart, and we know the rule is that we don't like the lady with their feet dangling open like this because it's a bit ungainly. And back in the day when the whole thing was invented and started, the lady was always having that's why the heel turn was invented, because otherwise this just looks a little bit unladylike, really. So it was deemed that the lady must have be smarter in the foot action. Of course, the ladies got the beautiful shoes on, the lovely heels, and it's all much smarter, and she's got the frock on and one thing or another, so it wants to be, you can't have the feet flopping about all over the place like this. So the reason for that is that we brush here, there, and allows the lady to gather herself, gather her balance. She's got all the turn to do, and that's the reason why we do that rise as well, boys. So we do the little spin turn here, we go step, step. We could just stay on a flat foot and step backwards, but we do that rise there because that allows the lady to brush. As you rise, she just brushes her feet and then she steps off. It's musical, it's elegant, it looks smart, and it's also the correct way of doing it, which is as good a reason as any. Now, Hover, don't teach feats. Okay, Frankie? Translation. Don't teach feats. But tell me what you mean. Or maybe that was what you meant. Now, well done, everybody. Let's do this one more time for the boys. We go step, side together, round, you go, lockstep, step, back, up, forward there, shuffle back, and now do lockstep, step, cross, step. Make any sense? Ladies, you go back, side together, step, forward, little brush, forward, cross, step, one more step, up, down, step, cross, step. Make sense? Make sense. That is the spin turn into the V6 with the lock step out. We can already do the lock step. We perfected that weeks ago because you'll like that. But this little variation gives the shows how the lock step is reversed. So the man is lock stepping backwards as opposed to the lady. And also we've got the spin turn in there, which we've done in the waltz. We might have done it in the quick step, but we definitely have done it now. So there you go. That was marvellous. I nearly fell over the cat. Be careful. Just need a bit of space. It's difficult with the big movie dances, the American Smooth, Quickstep and stuff, to do it in a small space. But what I really want you to do actually is just get things like the lock step organised so that you know what you're trying to do. I'll do it as a girl going backwards. Step, cross, step, I'll do it with the other foot, sorry. Back, cross, back. Because that's sort of staple diet for Quickstep, really, the lock step. It came from the Quickstep and was sort of introduced, as all these things are, into one or two of the other dances. But it started in the Quickstep because it's sort of fast and tricky and it looks, you know, ra-da-da. As soon as if you put a quick timing on that, you go step, quick and quick, slow, and it looks, oh, well, it looks a bit tricky. Oh, well, look at that. So you can double it up. Ya-da-dee-da-dee-da-da. That was making three of them. So you can play with it and do variations on the theme of it. And so that's why it's so important. V6 is a lovely step. You can do that into a corner. Imagine this is the end of the room here. And I dance into the corner here. And I spin turn in there. And I come back the way I went in. Lock step there. And now I go along the room to the other corner. Step, cross, step. So it's a very lovely, a great variation to do across the end of the room. Or even down the side of the room. Going down into the far corner. So there you have it. That is the spin turn leading the V6. Can you just repeat the V6 steps one more time? Deborah, for you, anything. I'm going to do the spin turn for the ladies. Back, side, together. Now I'm going to step forward my right foot, step forward my left foot whilst I'm pivoting, and step forward on my right foot having brushed. I now do the lock step straight out of there. Step, cross, step. And now do 2 steps forward. 1, 2, and then this third step goes back. Now I'm going to do the lock step going backwards. Back, cross, back. Ready to go backwards on my right foot into the sofa. Make sense? Make any sense? Victoria, Dankeschön, bitte. Pleasure. What was your favourite quick step on Strictly, asks Michelle. Of mine or of somebody else's? I'll tell you who I thought was brilliant back in about 1,000 years ago. Was Erin dancing with Colin Jackson. They did quick step. Brilliant. I thought that was amazing. It's one of my favourites of all time. One of my own personal favourite quick steps I did a wonderful quick step, I think it was, with Leslie Joseph. We did a couple of swells. We were all dressed up in the rags. That was a great dance. I thought that was brilliant. I loved that, doing that. The quick step with Emma last year was amazing. The quick step with Katie Derham was, I loved that quick step. I thought that was terrific as well. I think we made a small mistake down the end. I can't remember, but it was a very, very difficult routine. I must have got onto one that day. I don't know why I made it so difficult. Yes, 40 Seconds Route was my favourite. Well, thank you, Aim. It was a great one. Now, oh, I actually did it in sync. Yeah, oh, well done, Michelle. Thank you very much, all. You are marvellous. It's great. Would you use to pass someone on the dance floor? Would I use the V6 to pass someone on the dance floor, Alan? Well, only if they were sort of in my way. I mean, you do the spin turn, you can change the direction of the spin turn a little bit, you see. Make it a bit shorter, come round them, yeah, and then off you go. You could do, I mean, if you revved it up, you could double the lockstep past them or something like that. Just go, excuse me, do you mind? And off you go like that. I mean, you can give it all that if you like. Do it, come on, live a little, do it. Somebody sent me a film the other. Was it somebody sent it to me? I saw it. Somebody's dancing in the car park. I think they were doing Quickstep in the car park. If that was, well, send it to me. Tell me who that was. I loved it. It was brilliant, and you look marvellous actually. By the way, I thought you were dancing terrifically. Thank you, my loves. Great to see you all. I will. Any more? Give it a go. Sorry, I'll just keep reading the things. Frankie, thank you very much. Any more of those questions? Keep firing them in. I love it. Well done all. What are we doing this afternoon? If you can join us at 3 o'clock, I think it's fantastic. Come on, we're all going to be fabulous. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. What day is it today? Is it Friday? So tomorrow, what are we doing? Oh, recap day tomorrow. Saturday recap. Brilliant. Have a look on the community tab. Go to that. It's on the channel, and you can put down any questions for next Monday, or we started the poll of dances for next Friday, so you can choose the dance you fancy. I think next Wednesday we're going to do some time. We're going to talk about timing, so we're just going to try and see if we can understand a bit of timing for next Wednesday. If you have any questions about timing, or if there's any variations that you do for an experienced dancer that you want to clear up the timing on, then do so. Sometimes there are variations where, as we've started to introduce into a lot of the dances, you can do ball and ball Latin, do whatever style of dance you want, by the way, where the boys and the girls aren't doing the same steps at the same time, or opposite steps, like using the same foot. For example, I'm going to do a little variation here. This is a very difficult variation, which we'll do at some stage, called double reverse spin. 1, 2, and 3. As you see, the boy just goes forward, closes his feet, does the turn, and lowers. The lady has to go back, heel, turn, step, cross. Now the lady's got about 15 more steps than the boys. How do I time that? Oh, very difficult. So if there's anything like that sort of a thing that you'd like to discuss, brilliant. Anything you want. But we're going to discuss general timing next Wednesday. We'll do that in the class. I think Tuesday we're going to be doing rumba, because a lot of you just wanted to do it. But thank you all very much indeed. American Smooth recap. Yes. Brilliant. Much love. Thank you all. See you in the morning. Otherwise, I'll see you at 3. Stay safe.